Hey yo, what is up everybody? It's B Militant. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. You guys, I waited to make my Bears Redskins review video until today. Word came out last night that Case Keenum was still the guy to go forward. We'll get into that, but I waited until today because I just wanted to find out more news, possibly if someone got fired or whatnot. Watching the Bears game, I tweeted at Louis T near halftime. It was 28-0 at the time, and I said, I was like everybody else. I thought there was a chance that we could, win this game. Even if it's not likely or whatever. I still thought there was a chance going into the game. And then at halftime, right before halftime, it's 28-0, and I tweeted Louis T and I said, you know what? This is exactly what the Redskins needed. We needed to come out here and get our ass whooped 28-0 on primetime television. It's all Bears fans at the stadium. We're 0-3 now. You know what I mean? This is exactly what we needed to get some change going on in the organization. And Louis T hit me back and he was like, hey man, we've been here before and nothing's changed. We haven't gotten rid of people. And yet again, here we are today. Nobody's been fired. And let me just run you through this. Week 1, Carson Wentz had a 71% completion percentage. Week 2, Dak Prescott had a 86% completion percentage. Week 3, Mitch Trubisky had an 80% completion percentage. We deserve better. We deserve better than this. They have to go. Us as Redskins fans, we cannot accept this. Okay, this has to be like some historic numbers, historically bad numbers. I'm not sure, the details on that, but I'm just going to guess either for the Redskins organization or any NFL team in general. I'm going to guess that's like some NFL historically bad numbers right there. And you're telling me that as a Redskin fan who's been a loyal Redskin fan my entire life, you're telling me here on a Tuesday after we just watched our team get demolished and our defense, I understand we had 5 turnovers. I don't care. That just is a testament to more people need to go. And us as Redskin fans, we do not deserve this. And we cannot put up with this. How many times have I come up here and I tell you what I call doing Browns shit. Stuff that the Browns bad organization does, which is having a high turnover rate. I don't like to have a high turnover rate. I don't want to fire people. I don't want to hire a coach and not let him finish his timeout. But it's abundantly clear 3 weeks into the season that this season is pretty much over and our defense is extremely bad. Case Keenum had a really bad game. I don't put it all on Case Keenum. From the get-go, Case Keenum was under siege every single play. The man, he didn't have. It comes down to coaching. It comes down to coaching. If you were there for the Louis T show last night, we all called in. A lot of people called in, and we all put our finger on the same exact thing: coaching. This comes down to coaching. What other way can we sit here and explain to you that this is a coaching issue more than Clinton Dix having a pick 6, having 2 interceptions, having a good game? Clinton Dix was just in our building, a player for us last year, and he did nothing for us. He looked really bad. I wanted him to be benched for Monte Nicholson. I even said, I don't know why we started Clinton Dix I don't know why we got him when we had Monte Nicholson was playing well at the time. Like, why would you take him out? And just Clinton Dix looked very bad. And it's just like, he looked very good last night. Sure, he has a good defense and he's playing on a good defense, but we have a good defense. We have on paper a good defense, And we don't have the coaches and the coaching to put our guys in positions to make plays, and it all comes down to one thing, and it's coaching. And like I said, I can't prove it more than the Ha Clinton Dix having a ball-out game last night. He was just here last year, and he did absolutely nothing playing for us, playing for the same defense we got now. And, you know, the Bears have a good defensive front. We have a good defensive front on paper. We are Redskins fans. We know the talent that we have. We know we've seen people perform. We've seen Deron Payne perform. We've seen Jonathan Allen. We've seen Matt Ioannidis. We know what we have. We know the talent is there. We are not getting the most out of the talent, and we need a change. And like I said, I don't like doing what I call Brown shit, where we hire someone and fire them and this or that. But we've had this is 5 years now of Jay Gruden, 2 years of Greg Minuski. I just read you the numbers. It's really bad. No one else would put up with this. And the only thing that I can think of is that we don't have anybody else. If we fire him, who are we going to get? We don't have anybody else. And I mean, that makes sense to it kind of makes sense to me, like, who are we going to get? But at this point, I just can't put up with it. I can't entertain that notion of who else are we going to get. Anyone else is better at this point. Anyone else is better. We're historically bad right now. Anyone else is better, and the fans deserve better, and the organization is treating us like shit. And if they are going to continue going forward and saying, no, we might be able to turn this thing around. These guys don't deserve to be fired, this or that. That is shitting on us. That's shitting on us as fans. We know the roster that we have. We know that we have some talent. We are not getting the most out of the talent. We were starting to make a comeback in the second half. And that is one thing that I always used to. People think I love Kirk Cousins, which I do, and people think I always over-defend him. My big knock on Kirk Cousins and Jay Gruden at the same time is we start slow. We always started slow. We started the season off slow, and we got better as the season went on. We started games off slow, and we got better as it went on. That's the same shit. We're seeing the same shit. We start off really slow, and Jay Gruden is coming out here retarded when we're sitting here. Khalil Mack is just destroying our offense. Case Keenum is running for his life. How are we not coming out here in a quick passing with the quick pass game? Why our run game was working we had more positive runs than negative runs. Our run game was working when we tried it, and we're coming out here. It's 14-0, and Jay Gruden already gave up on the run, already just abandoned the run. Our best player on our football team at this moment might absolutely be Adrian Peterson, and the absolute disrespect. I used to be a Jay Gruden guy. I really like Jay Gruden. Maybe he's not a head coach. Okay, maybe he's not. But I just like the guy. I think he's a cool guy, and he's funny, and he's a guy that you want to like. He's a guy you want to root for. But he has pissed me off so much, disrespecting. The disrespect for Adrian frickin' Peterson, a legend, an absolute legend. Okay, sure, maybe in over on the Saints, maybe Sean Payton said, "Hey, you need to quiet down, Adrian Peterson, and I'll give you the ball when I want to give you the ball. You go over there and sit on the bench when I tell you to." He won a Super Bowl. Okay, Sean Payton has won at least one Super Bowl, and so he can talk to Adrian Peterson like that. Jay Gruden, you've done nothing. You cannot shit on Adrian Peterson like this. It blows my mind, the disrespect for Adrian Peterson. Like I made the video, sabotaging this season by coming out here and saying that Darius Geis gives us a better chance to win than Adrian Peterson being our workhorse. Disrespect. Last night, you saw disrespect again. Us giving up on the run game. Adrian Peterson is the type of runner who you need to keep pounding him the ball, and then he's going to have those long tears. He's gonna wear down the defense. The guy doesn't get tired. He's a workhorse. Hand him the ball. Even when there's nothing there, he's going to find something. Sure, there's going to be plays where he gets nothing, but that's because of our offensive line. But no one else is going to make something out of nothing like Adrian Peterson. And the disrespect. You saw the graphic up on the screen saying, I forget who he was going to pass, but Adrian Peterson needs 3 more touchdowns to pass someone in the all-time touchdown list or whatever. And Adrian Peterson, a guy who is just a legend, he wants to be a more of a legend. He wants to win. He wants to get touchdowns. He helped get us down the field, and then we're in red zone. We're in the red zone, and he's out like every play, and we just have Chris Thompson out there. I love Chris Thompson just like you do, but Adrian Peterson helped us get down there, and he's a legend, and he's trying to break these records, and you saw him on the sideline all pissed off. Like, this is spiteful. This is something from Jay Gruden. Him and Adrian Peterson that must have gone at it or something, and it's just the disrespect. Like I said, I've been a Jay Gruden guy, but I just cannot wait for him to be gone now. The game plan, I understand as a head coach, you're like, hey, this is who I am, and I'm an offensive coordinator. I want to have the offense ran the way that I want. I want a passing offense. I get it. I get that Jay Gruden wants all that. That's what he's good at. I get that. But true good head coaches, good coaches in general, they're going to make the most out of what they have, the roster that they have. They're going to cater and help bring the strengths out of the players on their team. The best player on our team is probably Adrian frickin' Peterson, and we sit here and have to listen to Jay Gruden say, oh yeah, if we're in the I formation, well, then I'll call in Adrian Peterson. The absolute disrespect. And we drafted people like Ryan Anderson in the second round, who's done nothing. He had last night in the game, he had the one good blow up. He blew up a run in the backfield, and then what happened? The very next play, he's offsides or something. So to me, he did nothing, and he's done nothing the entire time we drafted him. So if I was Jay Gruden, I would be telling Ryan Anderson, you better get your ass out there, and you're playing fullback. Your new job is fullback, and you're going to be a fullback in the I formation for Adrian Peterson, and we're going to run the ball down these people's throats. And last night, how many 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s did we throw the football, or we tried to hand the ball off to Chris Thompson in 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 up the middle or whatever. We're handing the ball off to Chris Thompson in these situations and not Adrian Peterson. It blows my mind. That's absolutely idiotic. Jay Gruden is an idiot. And like I said, I've been on his side this entire time, but you cannot sit here and tell me going into this season, knowing the roster that we have, our MO should have been, we're going to run the football. We have Case Keenum at quarterback, and yes, Case Keenum had an absolutely bad game last night, but I don't put it all on just him like a lot of other people are. There's inexcusable shit that he did last night, like the one time where he just fumbled the ball out of his hand. That's inexcusable. But from the very get-go of the game, our offensive line was very bad, and Khalil Mack, and he was being disruptive. It comes back to coaching. Jay Gruden is sitting here watching our players get destroyed. Case Keenum's running for his life, and you don't switch the game plan up to running the football, and you don't switch the game plan up to the quick passing game. What happened in the second half when we got back into the game and we were kind of like, uh-oh, the Bears already thought they won the game, and we're kind of coming back. We went to the quick passing game when we came out in the second half. Why didn't we start with it? Why are you going to sit here and know we're playing against Khalil Mack, and you're going to tell Case Keenum to take 5-step drops and 6 and 7-step drops and try to throw the ball down the field? They're getting pressure immediately. Our offensive line is terrible, and I can go on and on, man. Jeremy Sprinkle. Since I knew that this season wasn't going to be very good, I want to sit here and evaluate players. Jeremy Sprinkle is a guy that I feel like when we drafted him, he was a guy that Jay Gruden wanted, just like Trey Quinn. Trey Quinn's been all right, but he's not exactly what we thought he was going to be. We thought he was going to be like a straight Wes Welker type player. The jury's still out on Trey Quinn, but we need people to step up. You know who's stepping up? Terry McLaurin. There's people that are stepping up. We need people to step up. And Trey Quinn is just okay. He's just been okay. You know what I mean? So we're not hitting there. And he was a guy that I feel like when we drafted him, that was like a Jay Gruden pick. Jeremy Sprinkle, when we drafted him, I felt like he was a Jay Gruden pick. And I've been wanting to see, since Jordan Reed's been out, we have to start thinking about the future. What is our future? We drafted Jeremy Sprinkle, and we thought he was a big tight end. He might be able to run block and catch the ball. Hit him right. Case Keenum, like I said, I understand, and deservedly so. Everyone's gonna hate on Case Keenum for this game, and I'm not actually like straight up defending the dude, but like The game couldn't have started any worse. You're getting shit on by your head coach, who is not smart enough to realize the personnel that you're playing against and help you out and call plays to help you out. Like quick passing game, get the ball out of your hands before Khalil Mack can just destroy you. Stuff like that. And then you're throwing the ball to Jeremy Sprinkle, hits him right in the hands. The game couldn't have started any worse for Case Keenum. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and defend the dude. And another thing is, I saw a ton of people, and apparently at the game they were calling for Haskins to come in. That's the absolute worst shit that could have happened. The absolute worst thing that could have happened is we came out in the second half and put Dwayne Haskins in this football game. This is exactly this is like the shit that people try to get on Mike Shanahan about for putting RG3 under the fire when he was hurt and stuff like that. You saw what was happening to Case Keenum. You saw the duress he was under. You saw the mistakes he was making. You saw Case Keenum play the first 2 weeks, and he was okay. And then you saw him versus Bears defense. He was not okay. And you want to just throw Dwayne Haskins in there? And I understand. I understand now. We're 0-3. Sure, throw the kid in there. You know what I mean? What do we have to lose now? But we still, in that game, we still, we had a chance, and Case Keenum got us into those holes. I say let him get us out. Let him play the whole game. Let him figure it out. I mean, he got us down. The last thing I want to do is keep putting new players in the game. Case Keenum, he's a veteran. If anyone could get us out of there, or at least just be a punching bag, I'd rather Case Keenum be in there taking hits than Dwayne Haskins as his first NFL start. Not start, but game. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it. If you thought the loss was bad and it looks bad for the Redskins or this or that, imagine we threw Dwayne Haskins in there and he's getting lit up. Imagine he gets hurt, and then everyone's going to say, oh, Jay Gruden threw him into the fire and this or that. I completely understand why Dwayne Haskins was not in that football game, nor did I want him in that football game. He has nothing to do in that football game. But now, here moving forward, and you might not want to hear this as Redskins fans, but Case Keenum gives us the best chance to win. As of this point right now, Case Keenum is the best quarterback on this roster by default. He is. He just is. Colt McCoy can't stay healthy. Can't trust him. I don't want to play. I don't want him to start. Was he going to start 4 games and then we're changing our offense all over again just because we have to put someone else in? Dwayne Haskins, rookie, made rookie mistakes in the preseason. He's going to make more mistakes. You thought Case Keenum made mistakes last night? There's ups and downs of Dwayne Haskins. His arm talent is better. There's deep passes this year that Case Keenum has missed. Maybe Dwayne Haskins hits those long passes to Terry McLaurin. You know what I mean? There's ups and downs, but you saw how under siege Case Keenum was last night. And the word on the street is Dwayne Haskins, he's not good enough at changing, picking up pressures and telling the offensive line what to do. The kid might get smashed at least by the Bears. That's what I'm saying. And moving forward, I'm totally fine with putting Dwayne Haskins in there now. But I'm telling you, if you want to win, Case Keenum gives us the best chance to win as of right now. But we're 0-3. What are we going to win? You know what I mean? So I'm totally on board with, if you want to throw Haskins in there now, cool. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? Got to put him in there sometime. But up until this point, I was definitely a Case Keenum person by default. Yet again, like I said, default. He has the most experience. Like I said, he's not the best, and like I've been saying for weeks now, he's Case Keenum. This yet again goes back to coaching. This goes back to why Jay Gruden has to be gone. We started off this season thinking that Case Keenum was going to win us football games. Who in their right mind thinks Case Keenum's going to win us a football game? He can win games. He can be a part of us winning. But when you're looking at our roster and you see Adrian Peterson's on our football team, and you're gonna put the ball in the hands of Case Keenum, that's the idiotic shit that Jay Gruden. That's what I'm saying. He can't mold to the football team. He can't get the best out of our players. He can't get the best out of our team because he wants to win his way. He wants to be a pass-happy offense, and he wants to have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, and if he had Aaron Rodgers, he would be doing this or that. He'd be throwing the ball down the field. If he had Patrick Mahomes, he'd be throwing the ball, and everything would be working. But you don't. You have Case Keenum. And So you have to look at your roster and you have to say, hey, what is our best chance to win with the guys that we have? And throwing the ball all the time with Case Keenum he's gonna make mistakes. Like I've been saying all year, he's not the best quarterback, but he gives us the best chance to win on this football team because of experience and stuff like that. But he's Case Keenum. He's gonna make these mistakes. In the last couple games, he's been throwing the ball to the other team. They just haven't been catching it. Guess what happened in the Bears game? They caught the ball. You know what I mean? So Case Keenum doesn't. He's not the best quarterback, but Jay Gruden is not sitting here looking at the football team and trying to win. He's trying to win his way, and you can't do that. He's sitting here saying, if I had the team that I want and the things to go the way that I want them to, this is how we would win. I'm going to throw the ball all the time. I'm going to throw screens to Chris Thompson all the time. You can see what he wants to do, but we don't have the personnel to do it. The personnel that we have right now, your best player is probably Adrian Peterson. Hand him the football. Give the guy the football. If we lose, we might as well lose trying our damnness to win. And Adrian Peterson, he is a legend. When you see him with the football, he tries to make the most. I don't see any other player with the effort put into every single play that he puts in. He is the best player on this team right now. And we're not giving the right guys the football. Jay Gruden's trying to prove that he's cute and he can win his way. And yet again, like I said, it's coaching, man. I could go on and on and on. It's coaching. And they have to go. And we deserve better. The Redskins fans deserve better. The organization deserves better. We have to, and Bruce Allen has to go. We're sitting here on Monday Night Football having to listen to everyone in the country. Everyone in the country watching Monday Night Football is sitting here having graphics up on the screen talking about Trent Williams and how his stuff is handled, and Trent Williams says he doesn't trust the organization, he doesn't trust the medical staff. The entire nation just heard that on national TV, and this comes down to general manager and Bruce Allen and whoever's running this shit. We don't deserve that as fans. The organization doesn't deserve that. And yet again, and not even that, there's a culture here that we don't have, and it's stuff like letting players go, like DJ Swearinger. I'm not down with how DJ Swearinger handled his business by going out into the media and saying whatever he wants to say, but he's speaking the truth. And what other culture? Our defense was so much better with a person like DJ Swearinger to rally the troops, and he was just the life of the defense, and we had someone to hype our team up, and we had some type of culture with him. Now we are cultureless. The defense is so bad. I shared the picture on 3rd and 5. It's like 3rd and 5 in the fourth quarter, and it just, guys are wide open. Our defense looks like they've never seen an NFL offense before. They have no communication. Yet again, coaching. It comes down to coaching. People aren't in the right places. I know it's not a coach's job to sit here and say exactly what I just explained with Jay Gruden. If I had the right people and if I had the right players, this is how I would run this defense, and everything. My scheme would work with the right players. Well, guess what? Maybe you don't have the right players. You have to adjust. You have to figure out what makes your guys tick and figure out what's going to work. Who's good at doing what, and that, and making adjustments. That's what good coaching is. We don't have that. We're sitting. I've seen so many times we play so far off of receivers on defense. We just give so much cushion, and yet we still give up passes, and just every single time there's a wide receiver, like you watch our wide receivers, they got people hanging all over them. We watch the opposing team, their wide receivers are wide open. There's no one even in an arm's distance of them. It's just like and it comes down to conditioning as well. Just looking tired. The defense is out there way too long. You know what I mean? Our offense never gets anything going when we need it to. Man, I wish I had this. It was just like someone wrote, until the Redskins scored their first field goal, we had interception, we had pick six, punt, fumble. It was just our offense was so bad. Turnover, punt the ball. You know what I mean? It was just so bad. And the thing is, we can go right back to coaching again. All three phases in this football game were bad. Dustin Hopkins missed a field goal. I forget, it was like a 30-yard field goal or something. Missed it. I will say Steven Sims Jr. or whatever, he's been playing very well. His returns were really good, and I like when we are using him on jet sweeps. We need to do that more. We need to give him the ball more. So there, Cole Holcomb was he's still okay. You know what I mean? There's still some bright spots. I thought Landon Collins, he had a bad game, man. He looked. You can tell Landon Collins. You can just see his face and be like, "What did I just get myself into, man? What am I doing here? What did I get myself into?" He had a bad game. Like there's the one play where he like gets juked, and then the running back runs for the first down. Then he grabs him and slams him, gets another 15 yards. It's just like, man, you can't. You're supposed to be a leader on the defense. You can't. You have to lead by example. It's just I can go on and on and on about how bad shit is right now, and nothing's gonna change until there needs to be a culture change. We need a ton of Terry McLaurins. We need guys who are gonna buy into what we're trying to do. Terry McLaurin, like John Keim showed the video of the second interception that Clinton Dix had, and he like was running the ball back, and Scary Terry ran from all the way down the field and sprinted back up to him to try to get back into play. He hustled. The kid shows so much heart. We need people like that. And we're 0-3, and I bet you next week you're still going to see Scary Terry coming out here putting his all in, because he understands that he understands what a team is. He understands that he wants to make a legacy for himself. He wants to win. He wants to impress. We need more players like that, and we're just not seeing it, man. We're not seeing people flourish. We're not seeing people, and yet again, gonna say it for the 50th millionth time, it's coaching. And we need to move on. I don't know what to do. And like I said, going back to the whole culture thing, if I got a call tomorrow from Trent Williams, and Trent Williams said, "Hey, I want to come back," I'll tell him to piss off. Like, no, you're not coming back. You screwed this up. We're gonna get rid of you. Why? Because that's what a good organization would do. We need to start acting like a good organization. I completely understand that it was our fault, that it was something that we probably did, our medical staff. I understand that it was something to do with us that pissed off Trent Williams, but you cannot act that way. You know what I mean? A good organization would say, you're gonna hold out or whatever. You're gonna do this or whatever. Well, we're better off without you then. Bye. You're not going to play. See ya. We'll find somebody better. We're going to, you know what I mean? That's what a good organization does. If you're not buying into what we're doing, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to be a Redskin, well then hell with you. We're going to find someone who does. There's people out there who want to play. There's people out there who want to prove themselves. And we don't have time for you. That's what a good organization would do, and that's how we need to start handling our business. And even if we're not a good organization, we need to start acting like it and putting off an aura like we are. And we're not doing that. Bruce Allen needs to go. Before I end this video, I'm going to read a comment that Watt Holmes wrote on the channel. He said, Montez, this is a while, like last week or something. He said, Montez Sweat. LOL, come on, man. He don't even sweat, dude. Gets no pressure or sacks. Dude is a bust. You heard it here first. And he goes on and on about some shit. But it's just like, there's some people out there I just don't. I don't know if I could ever get through to you. I don't know if you care to listen to me. I don't know if people even listen to what I say. Some of the stuff that people comment, like I don't even know. People just comment stuff, like they click on the video and they just start typing stuff. They don't even listen to like what comes out of my mouth half the time. But it's just like the last couple weeks. If you go back to my video last week, I sit there and I talk about Montez Sweat. I was like, hey, this dude, he's stopping the run, but he's not getting the pressure that we want, and he's not getting the sacks or whatever. I give him one more week. What happened this week? He got his first sack. He was one of the best players on the defense. Not saying much. Defense sucked. But he's starting to come out. Like I said multiple times, when I look at Montez Sweat, the dude's super raw, and he still needs to be coached up well. But the thing is, you can see the talent is there, but you can also tell just by his demeanor that he's like Adrian Peterson. He needs reps. He's going to get better over time. When you start giving him the chance, I feel like the longer this season goes on, you're going to see more and more of Montez Sweat coming on. When other teams are getting worn down, I feel like that Montez Sweat is a grinder. He's going to get better. You'll see. That's what I've been saying. But then we have people out here calling him a bust after 2 games. It's just ridiculous. So, man, this is going to be a long video. I apologize, but I want to go through my notes real fast. I can go on and on. And another thing, Ed Oliver, he brought this up too, which I'm glad he did. That was a safety. I'm sorry, but in the very beginning of the game, that was a safety. And like Ed Oliver said, why did we not challenge that? I understand. It's so stupid. And I kind of get that the referees whistled him down, but this is idiotic. This is so stupid. When Mitch Trubisky has the ball and he's like on the goal line, apparently the referees whistled him down because our defensive lineman had hands on him. Well, why aren't you whistling down Carson Wentz when our defensive linemen have hands on him, but you're going to give him a chance to roll out and shake him off and get off and then run for a 17-yard gain? You're going to give why are you playing like back and forth with this? Why are you giving some quarterbacks a chance to, like, as soon as we get a hand on him and ripping his jersey, you're not going to call the whistle on, you're not going to call you're not going to blow the whistle and the play dead when we have hands on Carson Wentz? Why is that? Why are you going to call, as soon as we get a hand on Mitch Trubisky last night, before he goes into the end zone, you're going to blow the whistle for him? What you're going to give, instead of giving us a safety, you're going to put him down on the 1-yard line? What type of bullshit is this? What are the rules? Why are you playing back and forth? And that's why I was telling Eagles fans, you have to be careful about Carson Wentz because he's gonna get hurt, and he did get hurt. Like I said, I made the video about that. That was like last year or the year before. I forget. I called that was going to happen because when he played us, I can remember the play. We have multiple people who have hands on his jersey in the backfield, and if it was Eli Manning or if it was any other quarterback, the referees would have whistled the play dead. They would have said, hey, you gave yourself up. But no, certain people like Carson Wentz get extra time. They get to find a maneuver out of there and weasel their way out and then run for a 17-yard gain or first down or something. What are the rules? Why is that not a safety? He was clearly got tackled in the end zone with the ball. That's a safety. And that would have changed the game. It was 7-0 at the time. We would have got the ball back. That changes the game. And Jay Gruden didn't do shit about it. Oh, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Going through my notes real fast, guys. I pretty much talked about everything. Steven Sims has been playing well. Terry McLaurin's a beast. Josh Norman had a pick, but he's been getting destroyed. That's all I got for you guys, man. I don't want to keep this video going on. Hopefully you guys agree with some of my points. I read all you guys' comments, so if you type something, I'm going to read it. Even if I don't want to agree with you or whatever, I'm still going to read it. So let me know what you guys think. Are you just as disgusted that Greg Minuski has a job right now as I am? And hail to the Redskins. Peace.